Good morning, YouTube friends. It's Joyce from Moore's Patch of Heaven Homestead, and it is Field Trip Friday. We're in for a treat. We are going to the Powers Museum. The Powers Museum is all about the World War I and Carthage, and so we are going to take you along and show you the sights.
And he married Marion Wright, who was the daughter of Curtis Wright, and she lived in this big house, which has been taken apart and moved to Eureka Springs. You know about that house? I mean, it's amazing that to me that they could take that all apart and take it down there and rebuild that. But they did, and then when that house was gone, they lived here until her parents died, and then Marion's daughter, Marion Louisa, went through and got all the stuff that they had collected and named it and told us where it came from, what it cost, who it was involved with. And the thing about it was they had a lot of stuff because she was an opera singer, he was a doctor, and they went for a year on their honeymoon all over the world. So they collected all kinds of stuff. That's a long honeymoon. I mean, they went to all over Europe. They went to China, Japan, Egypt, Persia, which was Iran now, but it used to be called Persia. So anyway, they had all these wonderful things, and you can imagine the doctor that you can try on and have your picture taken and see yourself in the mirror, and you're able to try on any of these costumes. You can try on that hat. You can try on those things.
How fun.
And the only thing we ask is don't use that flag because it's so delicate. I wanted to point out these binoculars. Dr. Powers loaned these to the Navy to use because they were asking people for them. So he loaned them, and he actually got them back. Number one, that's the most surprising thing to me, to have kept records so straight that they actually got them back to the people. But the letter, they sent him $1 for letting them use it, and the letter is signed Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who became our president. At the time, he was the assistant secretary of the Navy. So that's kind of a really unique signature to have. And then I want to show you this right here. This is something that kids did during the war. Everybody did something during the war. You see this mask? It looks kind of creepy, but that's a gas mask. That was to help the men when they threw gas at them. They had to put this little piece here on their nose, take this out of this container, get it on their head in 3 seconds, because that's about how much time you had to do this. And then they were able to get through the gassing. And this little canister is what held it. They had charcoal in that canister, but it would get used up. So in order to replace it, they needed to put something else in there, and they didn't have charcoal. So they found out that peach pits crushed up would work as a filter in there. So all the kids in school would eat peaches, give the pits to the teachers, and the teachers would send them over to the men at war. So that was a real cool thing that kids did. And these are just Dr. Powers' stuff here, his uniforms. And they look so absolutely brand new. Don't they look like they're just brand new? And they almost are, because this is Dr. Powers right here. And he went to Camp Dodge, Iowa to fight the influenza, which was this terrible flu that killed a lot of people. So the only time he wore his uniform was for these pictures, because he wore his doctor's outfit when he was working. So, and he never had to go out in the rain or dig in a ditch. So that's why a lot of women were in the motor pool. People don't realize, they thought they were all nurses. They drove the ambulances, they drove the supply trucks, they drove a lot of soldiers into a base where they needed to fight. So they did a lot of work, and these are the women from Carthage that were involved in that. And the other thing I wanted to show you was these things. Here's the pattern for them right over here. You see there's the head and the sock and the deal and the little chest plate. These were made to help the soldiers keep warm because it was pretty cold. But the problem was they asked a lot of women to do this. Every woman in America was asked if she could do this. And 50% of them did a good job like these. These are well made. Mrs. Powers made these for her husband. And she was a lady of leisure. She had time. She learned how to knit. But a lot of other women were left alone with their husbands gone, had to deal with the children, had to take on a job, had to keep their household running. They didn't have a lot of time, but they still tried, and they didn't know how to knit. So they tried But some of these just didn't make it to the men because they would make these so tight you just couldn't get your hand in it. Or they'd get this so...
Okay. Which one do you want to try on? Okay, you can be the nurse. And then Jedediah can be a soldier. What she was talking about, huh? When she said that they had that underneath their uniforms to keep warm. Well, you sure look snug as a bug in a rug. You might have to make some of that for you. Beautiful flag. Don't touch that. She says it's pretty worn out. It's tattered and it will just shred. Nurse Avonlea, look at you. Do you work for the Red Cross? Wow. And look at who we have here. Soldier Jedediah reporting. You look handsome. Look at that. I think that's pretty neat, guys. Headpiece. There you go. Now you're an official nurse. Working for the military. Way to go. Aviator. I can fly a plane like Amelia Earhart, huh? There you go. Whoa, look at there she goes. She's flying a plane. Those that fought and lost their lives from Carthage. Doctor's bag. There's There's his bag, his stethoscope. See, there's his trunk. Captain Everett Powers, Carthage, Missouri. He was the doctor, military doctor. That quilt. Bow Wow picture book. The doctor's bag. There's his bag, his stethoscope. See that? There's his trunk. Captain Everett Powers, Carthage, Missouri. He was the doctor, military doctor. That quilt. Bow Wow picture book. Look at some of the kids' toys and books.
Yeah.
Look at that little monkey. And there's some paper dolls that they cut out.
Yep.
Cute boots and a hat. A fashion book.
Wow.
Dodge Brothers motor car.
Wow.
We hope you enjoyed coming with us to the Powers Museum today. It was so much fun just getting to see all of this wonderful memorabilia that they have, letting the kids dress up and getting a little tour. Hope that you enjoyed what you saw. It's good to remember, you know, those that have fallen and what's taken place during, you know, World War I and how much Carthage had to do with that. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if so, subscribe, tell a friend, push that button, and until next time, God bless you.